Welcome to the course Fundamentals of Physics 1, and in this video we are going to learn projectile motion. Projectile motion is classified into two types, horizontal projection and angular projection. In the previous video we have discussed horizontal projection. So in this video we are going to learn angular projection. The angular projection takes place when the initial velocity is not horizontal but it makes the angle theta with the vertical. So for example, the water ejected from the hose pipe. When the object thrown, this is the x-axis, this is y-axis. When the object thrown with the initial velocity, it moves and which makes the angle theta with the vertical direction. So when the object moves with initial velocity u, which makes the angle theta, and the object when it reaches at the maximum height, it moves in downward direction due to the gravity. So this is the initial velocity along x-axis, this is initial velocity along y-axis. So here we take the triangle, take this triangle. From this triangle we are going to find the velocity, initial velocity, that is first cos theta is equal to, we know that cos theta is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Here adjacent side is ux divided by hypotenuse, that is u. From this we can find ux equal to u cos theta. So ux equal to u cos theta. And from the same triangle we are going to find sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Here opposite side is uy because it is along y axis. So this is y, this is also uy. So uy divided by hypotenuse, that is u. From this you can find uy, that is equal to u sin theta. So ux equal to u cos theta. This is the initial velocity along x-axis, and uy is equal to u sin theta. This is the initial velocity along y-axis. Okay, initially the object moves in upward direction, that is it against the gravity, and it reaches the maximum height. In this place the velocity along y-axis is 0, and this is the maximum height when the projectile reaches, that is h max. And due to the gravity the object moves downward direction, and there is no acceleration along the x-axis, and the velocity along the x-axis remains same, that is ux equal to u cos theta. Here ux equal to u cos theta, and in this place also the initial velocity along x-axis ux equal to u cos theta, and when the object reaches in this place also the initial velocity ux along x-axis ux equal to u cos theta. So along x-axis there is no acceleration, so ax is 0, and along x-axis the initial velocity ux equal to u cos theta, and along y-axis ay is equal to negative g, because the object moves upward direction, that is against the gravity, acceleration due to gravity. So ay is equal to negative g, and initial velocity along y-axis uy is equal to u sin theta. Okay. Now we are going to find the velocity and the distance traveled by the particle for both x-axis and y-axis, or both horizontal and vertical direction. Okay, we know that the kinematic equations first equation v is equal to u plus at. This is the first kinematic equation. Second one, s is equal to ut plus 1 by 2 at square. This is second kinematic equation. And third one, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. These are the three kinematic equations. Now we are going to use these three equations to find the velocity and displacement. Okay, first we are going to find the velocity along x-axis. Velocity along x-axis. So from the kinematic equation, the velocity Vx equal to ux plus axt, and we know that the acceleration due to gravity, that is acceleration along the x-axis ax equal to 0, and the initial velocity ux equal to u cos theta. Put these values in this equation. You take this equation number 4, right? You put these values in this equation, we will get Vx equal to u cos theta plus 0. So Vx equal to u cos theta. So this is the velocity along the x-axis, or velocity along the horizontal direction, right? Now we are going to find the distance traveled by the particle along the x-axis, that is distance traveled by the particle along x-axis. So here we are going to take the second kinematic equation, that is s. Sx is equal to uxt plus 1 divided by 2 axt square. And we know that along x-axis the acceleration ax is 0 and ux equal to u cos theta, and here we take sx as ex. Put these values in this equation. This is equation number 5. You put this value in equation number 5. Put these values in 5, equation number 5, we get x is equal to ux, that is u cos theta into t, plus a is equal to 0. So this term becomes 0. So x is equal to u cos theta into t. So this is the distance traveled by the particle along the x-axis or along horizontal direction. From this we can find t. T is equal to x divided by u cos theta. Okay, now we are going to find the velocity along y-axis and the distance traveled by the object along y-axis, right? First, velocity along y-axis. So we know that from the first kinematic equation, Vy is equal to uy plus ayt, and along the y-axis the acceleration due to gravity ay is equal to negative g, because the object moves in upward direction, that is against the gravity. So ay is equal to negative g, and uy is equal to u sin theta. Already we found uy, initial velocity along y-axis. Uy is equal to, so initial velocity along y-axis equal to u sin theta. Put these values in this equation. This is equation number 6. Put these values in this equation. Put in equation 6, we get Vy is equal to uy, that is u sin theta here ay, that is negative g, so negative gt. So this is the velocity along y-axis. Okay, now we find the distance traveled by the object along y-axis. Distance. So from the kinematic second equation, sy is equal to uyt plus 1 by 2 ay t square. And here we take sy is y, uy, we know that uy, initial velocity along y-axis, uy is equal to u sin theta, and ay is equal to negative g. So put these values in the above equation, we get y is equal to uy is equal to u sin theta, u sin theta into t, and ay is equal to negative g, so negative 1 divided by 2 g t square. So this is the distance traveled by the object along the y-axis, right? Now we put the value of t in this equation. The t value already we found, that is, this is t. T is equal to x divided by u cos theta. So put this value here, y is equal to u sin theta into x divided by u cos theta minus 1 by 2 g x divided by u cos theta the whole square, right? Here you cancel this u and u, you get x sin theta divided by cos theta, that is tan theta minus 1 by 2 g x square divided by u square cos square theta. So this is the distance y, distance traveled by the object. Okay, now we are going to find the maximum height, time of flight, and horizontal range. Okay, first maximum height. Okay, now we are going to find the maximum height. Maximum height means the maximum distance traveled by the projectile during its journey. That is, in that figure, this is the path of an object. This is the maximum distance. This is h max. The object thrown in with the initial velocity u, and it reached the maximum. So in this place, Vo is equal to 0. So this is the maximum height that the object reached, right? Now we are going to find this height, maximum distance. Okay. From the kinematic third equation, b square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is the third kinematic equation. From this equation, we are going to find the maximum height. So it is along y-axis. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. So we take the y-axis, vy square is equal to uy square plus 2ays. Here we know that uy, initial velocity along y-axis, that is u sin theta, and ay is equal to negative g. Here yes, is the displacement. Here we take the maximum height, that is h max, and vy, velocity along y-axis at the maximum. In this place, vy is 0. So put these values in the above equation. We get vy square, that is vy is equal to 0. This is equal to uy square, that is u square sin square theta, plus here ay is equal to negative g, so minus 2g, and s is equal to h max, maximum height. From this we are going to find h max. So you simplify this equation, u square sin square theta is equal to 2g h max, and h max, maximum height, is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. This is the equation to find the maximum height of the projectile. Now we find the time of flight. Time of flight, that means the time taken by the projectile to hit the ground, that is time of flight. And we know that the kinematic second equation S is equal to ut plus 1 divided by 2 at square. Here we take the object along the y-axis. So Sy is equal to uyt plus 1 by 2 ayt square. And we know that uy is equal to u sine theta, and take the small t as capital T, and along y-axis the acceleration is equal to negative g, and Sy is equal to y, which is equal to 0. Put this value in the above equation, we get Sy is equal to 0, which is equal to uy, that is u sine theta into capital T plus. Here the value of ay is negative g, so here negative sign, negative 1 by 2 ay is equal to g t square. Simplify this equation, we get this negative. Okay, so u sine theta is equal to 1 divided by 2 g t square. You cancel this t, and here also t, cancel this t and t, we get t is equal to u sine theta divided by g, to u sine theta divided by t. This is the time of flight, that is time taken by the projectile to hit the ground. Okay, now you find the horizontal range. Horizontal range is the distance between the point of projection and the point where the projectile hit the ground. That is, this is the path of the projectile, this is the point of projection, and this is the point where the projectile hit the ground. So this distance is the horizontal range. Now we are going to find this horizontal range. We know that r is equal to, r is the horizontal range, horizontal component of velocity into time of flight, that is ux into t. Ux is the horizontal component along the x-axis, and t is the time of flight. So we know that ux equal to u cos theta, and t already we derived, t is equal to 2u sine theta divided by g. Now put these values in the above equation, we get r is equal to ux, that is u cos theta into t, that is 2u sine theta divided by g, and 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to sine 2 theta, right? And here one u and u, we can write this as u square. 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to sine 2 theta divided by g. So this is the equation for finding the horizontal range, and the horizontal range r is directly proportional to the initial velocity and inversely proportional to the gravity. Okay, thank you for watching.